I wish I could say it is easy. That it is the kind of love people write movies about. That it is polished and clean and lovely. But he and I, we know nothing of clean, polished, or lovely. Our love is one of grit, one of passion, one of reality, one people write plays about. But I am no playwright, so this will have to be our play. We meet him a year earlier on a cruise ship. He's gorgeous. That kind of pretty you assume makes someone a terrible asshole. He has a beautiful smile, perfect teeth, and the right amount of them showing. And she didn't know if he was genuine or not. She being I, the playwright and also main character. But she was not yet ready for a pretty boy with pretty smiles. She was wrapped up in her own movie with the one who had saved her from drowning. We find her less than a year later, destroyed. We find him less than a year later, confused, and beginning to realize everyone around him knew what they wanted, or at least pretended to. He didn't know, so he chose his father's profession. Real estate would be his future. He was ready to find someone to share it with, someone ready for a quiet life in a gated neighborhood. He just happened to pick the wrong someone. We find them again. She asks him out for ice cream. He's lactose intolerant and confused why she's doing the asking. They sit at the empty table in the back of a desolate mall on a Tuesday night. They sit and talk and stare way longer than either intended. They stay till she used to drive 20-minute miles over the speed limit to make it home before curfew. Here they have a movie moment. Here he walks her to car and kisses her just gently enough to keep the movie family friendly. Here she finds warmth in the way his arms wrap around her just right. They're at the next empty table. One left empty for just mere moments till their words filled the space. She brings him to her special place, the back of the bookstore. They shiver in the rain and kiss way too long as her friend watches from his car, laughing. Empty tables turn into their love language. And when tables weren't enough privacy, they turned to empty cars. And when cars weren't enough space, they turned to messy bedrooms and quick exits. He wants someone special. Saved himself 17 years for someone special. She can't help but laugh when she tells him that she is not someone special. She knows she's not the right girl for him. He knows it too, but he wants her to be, even if it's just for a night. Except it wasn't just a night. He didn't mean to fall in love, and she wasn't ready to fall head first, but they did. And along the way, she stumbled into special, and he said okay. I don't want to talk about this. She's embarrassed and ashamed. But a play is nothing without honesty. He stops asking if it's okay. Starts focusing on his wants, not her needs, once again forgetting her distressed damsel history just carelessly, not maliciously, and she falls to her knees and screams. When he calls, saying he wants a chance to apologize face to face, she jumps at the opportunity to see his. Spirals in her head make fairy tales out of the man that left without an explanation. She makes them for him. It's pouring. He doesn't want to walk to her car, and she needs him to take these 10 steps to show her, literally and figuratively, he'll move first. And he does. He gets wet, later gets sick, and sprints to her car's warm embrace he knew would be waiting for him. They sit the way they did at their first empty table, both unsure and afraid to make contact. He gives her an excuse they both know isn't enough. He tells her she's too special to stay trapped with him. Now his smile isn't genuine. She moves her hand, runs her fingers over his, giving a calm her words couldn't have given. He closes his eyes, focuses on the feeling for just a moment. Maybe he sees the credits starting to roll or the curtains again starting to rise. Maybe he sees a future where this is his happiness. She puts everything into a kiss. like she can prove to him that she's worthy of a second chance. He feels like he's taking advantage of her. There's no scream telling him to stop, but he knows he doesn't love her the way she loves him. He stops, just holds her and runs his hands over her, trying to memorize the feeling. He knows this will be the last time they're like this. But selfishly, he lets her think it's a new beginning. I wish I could say it was hard, that it was the kind of love people write plays about, that it was gritty and passionate and real, but he and I, we knew nothing of grit, passion, or reality. Our love was one of cleanliness, one of polishing, one of loveliness, one people wrote movies about. But I am no screenwriter, so this will have to be our movie.